Okay, everyone join. Yeah, good evening, guys. I think when the video is there, the lag is more, I think so. You're able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, Murali.
Okay, fine. So, what are the things we discussed on Friday? So, we discussed about EC2 cost optimization. What are the pricing models we discussed first, correct? So, first is on demand, that is whatever you current price that you are going to pay, and there is no discount, nothing is there. So, and there is no long term commitment, also, you don't want to have it. And the other method is reserved instance, like I told you the example, like how we reserve the bus ticket or train ticket, same thing. We reserve the instance that is going to be required for the full year. So but we can able to have the option to pay either fully paid initially itself, or partially paid, or no upfront payment, where you'll get discount also, where you'll get, but you can able to schedule it, reserve it only for either 1 year or 3 years. Next, schedule reserved instance, I told you, like we have from January to December. So only one October, November, December alone we want more servers. Then we can able to go ahead with scheduled reserved instance, scheduled it, but you can do it only for 1 year. Next, a dedicated instance. That means the only instance will be dedicated only for us. They will not change, but you have to pay more cost. Dedicated host, the entire server will be dedicated. Physical server will be dedicated to us. So it's our responsibility to manage everything, but you can able to have the license and all those things on your own name. Next is a spot instance. Spot instance where it's like a bidding, but it's like a flash sale, I told the example. So only when we have a flexible time with the client's project, then we can able to have that spot instance. I told you the example of like bike, right? So your friend's bike and all those things I told you. Next, per second billing. So per second billing is only for available only for on demand and reserved and spot instances. That too, when we take the operating system as Linux or Ubuntu only. Then we discuss about on-demand benefits. So on-demand is mainly low cost and flexibility. We'll use that. Spot instance means when you have a large scale of a project that you have to do, you can have a flexible time. Then you can wait for spot instance. The reserve instance is predictability. We can able to predict the compute capacity, means then you can go for reserved instance. Dedicated host, you can able to save money by taking a license cost and all those things. Then use cases, same thing. On demand is for short term projects we can use, especially for application development and testing. Spot instance when we have a flexible start time and end time. Reserved in sense if you are able to predict the workload, and dedicated host, as I told, like we can have our own license, and the placement also we can manage. Next, we talk about the four pillars of cost optimization. Main is right size. First one, so right size is first you use the server and then you fix the size, then you reserve it. Before how much we are utilizing, based on that we'll reserve it. Otherwise, we don't want to reserve it. Then we talk about stop or hibernate, that is increase elasticity. How can we increase elasticity? Whenever we are not using the server, we'll try to stop or hibernate portion, and you can use auto scaling also, so that automatically it will add and remove the instance by itself. We don't want to take the headache of coming and manually changing everything. Next, pricing model, that means we can able to have a combination of pricing models like on demand and spot and reserve also based on our requirement. Whichever we want we can able to take it. Even sometimes we can use serverless services like Lambda as well. Then storage choices, we have EBS volume. So in EBS we have throughput optimize and general optimize. Throughput optimize mainly will for the large database, large storage you have, then you can go for EBS. In throughput optimize, generally for normal applications we go for general purpose only. Next, delete EBS snapshot, that means we don't want to keep the EBS snapshots. As I told, like it'll keep on taking the snapshots frequently, that it'll get stored in the S3 bucket. Now that the S3 bucket again it will become a storage cost. So to avoid that, we can delete the snapshot by scheduling it. Then cost optimization is an ongoing process. As I told, like we can have a team either or an individual person to calculate the cost which is happening. So today we'll see about container services. So what is this container services? We'll see. Okay, so first of all, we are. I think I already told in the beginning of this compute session. Anyway, we'll go in depth first. We'll see Docker. First, we'll see Docker. What is this Docker? Now, let us see an example. What is happening here? So, an application which has worked in this girl system. Let us take Hema. The girl is Hema, and this guy is named Rahul. Let us say. So now, whatever the application, it is running in Hema system. The same application, the code is not working in the Rahul system. So what might be the issue? What do you think? Why it's not working?
The codes which I think Hema has developed
Mm-hmm.
are um, not cannot be accessed by Rahul because it's saved in the her local desktop.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Now let it be a general application. General application which has been given
Access
to both of
Hema's
them.
system. Right?
Mm?
Yeah. So Rahul has to access Hema system so that whatever the Hema has developed, he can access it seamlessly.
Mm-hmm. But now let us take this. Hema has not developed the application. It is from a third party. Let us say. Okay.
I think
Okay.
there is
Now.
some configuration is missing in Rahul's laptop, Rahul's desktop, whereas it is
Mm-hmm.
available in Hema's system to run that
Mm-hmm.
application.
Okay. Fine, it may be like that also. Maybe configuration missing or something is missing, either one of the other factor. It can be anything. It can be anything. Let us see what all that can be. It can be front end components, it can be back end components, it can be database issue, it can be environment variables and library files, dependency files, or his computer itself having some issue, or the platform that he use, or the server that he use, or the storage that he use. Right? It can be any reason, any one of the reason, but we are not sure what is the reason. Correct? So now how to identify or how to make this application work in the Rahul system. Okay, that's what the question mark. Now let us see a similar problem in the shipping industry. Shipping industry, they want to transport all these items. There are all are different goods, correct, having different size, shapes, and different requirements also. So now all these things I want to transport from one place to another place with making sure that no item is getting damaged. As you can see, furniture and machineries are also there. They also should not get broken or damaged. Now we can able to use trucks or a packaging, proper packaging or expert labor or any proper shipping medium also. Right? Some items might be big, some items might be small also, some are hard, some are liquid, some are no shape, some are shape. All these things are also there. Now same kind of problem we are facing there. Now here the shipping industry also facing that. I want to send these parcels properly, send these items properly to the destination location without getting damaged. So how can I ship this? So now what is the solution? Solution here is the container. So when I put all these items inside a container, what is happening? My car or my machinery, nothing will get damaged. Inside we have packed it properly and kept it. Even if the container falls down also, nothing happen inside. Whatever inside, the items will not get damaged. Am I right? So I think we are also moving this containers, now parcel shifting our house from one place to another place. We are going for container services. Now same here we are using in our software, that is your Docker containers, that is Docker service. Now you can see what is this Docker is. This Docker is this carrier. Container is the items, container is the software which is inside this container, and Docker is carrying multiple containers. Docker is carrying multiple containers. Okay, so Docker is like an engine. Docker is like an engine, like a train engine, like how train engine will move and pull all the loads. Docker engine, that is this Docker engine carrying all these containers, it is moving. Okay, now the thing is, whatever issues we saw, the back end, front end, library files, database, whatever issue, we put it into a container and put that on top of a Docker container. Now what is will happen? And the application what she has built or someone has built has put it on container. That container Docker is shared to all of these people. Now everyone are saying it works on their system. Now previously, maybe from 5 or 10 years back, maybe if you see some application will work in Apple iPhone, will not work in Android. And Android, whatever it works, it will not work in iPhone, or you might not able to see that application as well. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, but now it's not like that. Now it is all the applications they develop with these kind of containers where they put all the library files, dependency files required to run in their phone. That is, if you're using iPhone, means that iPhone required temporary dependency files, everything will be there in that container itself. In that container itself, now that container will carry all the things whatever is necessary. Okay, now will get that will be helpful when, see, for example, she is using Windows and he is using Mac. Now because of this reason, previously it might not have worked for him. Now when I put the application in a container service, now this container service has all the components required to run in the Windows also, all the components required to run in the Mac also, or any other OS also. Now all these files are here. So wherever you launch this application, it will work. Are you getting this? Yes.
Yeah, to an extent, yes. So that means
Hmm.
whatever the codes which Hema has developed, she will
Mhm.
store it in the Docker, so that anybody who has access to that Docker
Hmm.
can work on those codes.
Yes, can work on the code in sense. Mainly, she should have done all the environment files. That means when you install some applications, correct? Let us say install one application. What is
Mm.
happening when you install some application? What is happening?
All the codes will be stored in your system relating to that application.
Yes, all
The
the systems.
backend. Yeah,
Yes. Now, sometimes if you see when you install some application, it will show no. I will not allow you to install this. Correct, na?
mm, mm,
Yes, because that OS is stopping. That means this is some fishy file or that is not compatible with me. Let us take
correct,
previously we might have used Windows 10 or Windows before that, Windows XP and all those things. Now, if we install some application which is higher configuration and you try to install in Windows XP, it will not allow.
correct,
Correct. Na? But now, if you see all the applications, whatever we are developing, the developers should have the first rule is it should work in all the systems. It should work in all
correct.
the systems and all the applications. Okay. Now, still, if you want, then I have to go one more example. If you want, I will go ahead with one more example. What is Docker? Maybe I'll just share my screen. So you are able to see what is Docker. Now, let us say company is developing a website or a web application. Okay, so they're developing the web application in a system. Now, it'll install all the softwares required for their application and it's working in their system. Correct, so it's installing all the required softwares. It may be OS or Apache server or what server they are developed their application. Let us take they developed a Node.js application or React.js application. They might have installed npm package. That package might be installed in their system. That's why it is working. So the red application is also running. Now, if when they move this application to the another developer system, it is not working. Moving the file, same file, I'm moving from one place to another place, another system, it's not working because the softwares required are there, not in the new system, right? So that Apache softwares, whatever we installed previously in our system, was not there. Now, instead of that, move the application to multiple developer systems, again application will not work. So setting up the development environment is difficult for every time one place to another place we have to keep on installing. So what we have to do, that the solution comes here, Docker containers. Now Docker containers is nothing but a container like a box. Now this box will have all the softwares required, but it will keep it inside this container. It will keep everything inside this container. Now it will contain the Docker file, which has a list of software required to run the application. That means there's Docker file package will have what file I'm going to run, Apache file version, everything. That is your list, just like how you buy some, like how you're buying a, like in your grocery shop, you buy all the items. Finally, you should have a list, na? That means the bill will have all the name of the items that you purchase. Same thing here inside the container. What are the things we have? Now it will put all the containers in the, now put containers in all the system. Now that means whatever software you require, that softwares you keep it in the container. Now this container we will put it in all the systems. Add the containers in all the systems. Now what will happen, whatever application you try to launch, since the container is already there, now all the systems will be able to run that application. So that is why we require this Docker containerization. Now that means simple word, I would say. Nowadays when you install the application, automatically that container also getting installed in your system. So by default it will go and detect whether it's your Mac computer or Windows system or Android phone or whatever you are using. It will detect and it will take and give only those components required to run that application in your system alone. In your system what is required, that alone it will take and work. The remaining components and items will be there in the container only. Okay, I hope you got it. Yes. Okay, let me come back to here. Next one. Now, what is Docker? Docker makes the process of application deployment very easy and efficient as well. Resolves a lot of issues related to deploying applications. Deploying means I'm launching in Mac, it is working. I'm launching in Windows, not working. This deployment of application problem is solved by Docker containers. Now, what it is mainly a Docker. Docker is a container that allow a developer to back up an application with all part it's needed, all all the parts that it's needed. Let's just like your library files, dependency files, ship files, one package, everything we put it in one package, and that package has been installed in all the applications. But automatically, when your application is installed, the container also will get installed. Now its main job is what? Docker build, share, and run. That means build the application, share, and run your application. So now it makes our development process very efficient and predictable also. Okay. Now what is meant by a container? What is meant by a container? Containers are nothing but a method of operating system virtualization. That means I told in the first session of compute that virtual computer, that is virtual computer is nothing but your VM, that is nothing but your EC2, correct? Now that is a compute service. Now this is equal to three tablets, I told you. Yes sir, do you remember? Okay, now here this OS, now virtual machine means one system, we need a full OS, correct, right? We need a full OS. Now here for a tablet or here like a small system containers, one OS, three tablets, one OS, three tablets, that is three containers. What this container will do? Container will run the applications more faster. How we'll say? Now let us compare. So a phone, we are starting a phone. Let us take this a container or a tablet or a mobile phone. You want to start the phone and a computer. Which one will start first? You want to switch on, let us take. You want to switch on a desktop computer. Will the desktop computer will be faster or your mobile phone or a tablet will be faster? Yes, guys, you are able to hear me? Yes,
Mobile phone.
mobile phone, correct, na? Okay, same thing. I want to stop the computer. Let us say I want to stop the computer and stop the laptop. Which one will be faster?
Laptop.
Laptop.
Laptop will be faster when compared to your mobile.
Mobile.
Um,
Okay. Mobile and laptop. Mobile.
Mobile only,
mobile.
right?
La-
Same thing.
Mobile.
Tablet also, when compared to tablet and laptop, it's tablet only will be faster, right?
Yes.
Yes. Now, let us take both will do the same job. Nowadays, everyone are using mobile only, right? Instead of whatever we can do in the computer, we are doing it in the mobile. But still, we need we need computer. Correct? Now we need computer. Now I want to take a heavy workload. I want to take a heavy workload. Which one I have to go with? Let us take this PUBG itself. Let us take PUBG, one of the game. And you have seen this number puzzle, actually, number puzzle game in your app, or some other games like the childrens are playing, na?
This 48
Like
into
one
48.
application.
No, one game like 48 into 48. Number puzzle game.
A number puzzle game. You have seen that?
Yes.
Or a word finder, English grammar finder, and all those games,
Yes.
right? If you go and see that number puzzle or this grammar game and all, one application will have multiple levels and multiple options. That means multiple games inside it. Have you seen that? If you type numpus, if you're able to see numpuz, numpus, okay, there you can able to see one application. Inside you have multiple games are there. Now that means one OS, multiple applications. You are able to see one OS, multiple applications. So that one app will not, one app in that one game will not take the entire OS, will not take the entire OS. It will take the hook of the OS. Hook of the OS means what? A part of the OS. Hook means a part of the OS will take. Running, for example,
The voice is not clear.
take. In your computer,
Hello.
It's breaking.
you able to run multiple applications. Correct? Let us take you open a. This is not clear. Am I able to hear you? Yes, you are. 1 minute. You're able to hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, now better.
Okay. Now you are using your. Okay. Now let us take your in your computer. You are using in your computer. You are using Word document, VLC player, and Photoshop. Okay. So now this memory will get divided, right? Your 100% memory will get divided, correct, right? So which one will take the more weightage, more memory? VLC media player or Photoshop or Word document?
VLC media.
Photoshop.
Photoshop. Huh? Okay, let us take this one will take 40, this one will take 40, this one will take 20, correct? Sometimes video player will get hang if their memory is less, because Photoshop will take more memory, na? Then VLC media player again will go play slow. Now one OS 100% which is divided among the application. Same thing, the single OS is divided into container orchestration. That means one container. Now this one container is one game. As I told you, this numpus, na, like that. But if you take this PUBG and all, only one game, but millions of people are using. So I cannot go with the container orchestration, that is container virtualization. I cannot go. That means I cannot give one OS multiple containers. I cannot go because that application itself will take more load, and millions of users are using at the same time. I cannot take a risk with using containers. But you have applications which is very small, like your calculator app and to-do list app, like that small apps are there. Those things you can able to take. Okay, so now let us see. As I told, your containerization, as I told you, one virtual machine is equal to three container service, because one OS is here required for virtual machine, that is EC2, but here it is container services, no need that much. No need that much. See here, it is taking the dependency files, configuration files, and hooks into X. Hooks means, as I told you, a part of the OS. Now, what is the best point is we can able to, what are the benefits? Benefits is repeatable. We can able to use it repeatably. Self-contained environment. Self-contained means whatever is necessary to run your application, it will have in that container. Next, software runs the same in different environments also, whether it's a developer environment, testing environment, or production environment, it will run. Next, it is faster to launch and stop or terminate than your virtual machine. As I told you, start, stop, terminating, everything is faster when compared to your normal virtual machine, that is V2, EC2, right? So now here, as I mentioned already, Docker. What is a Docker? Docker is a platform that helps you to build, test, and deploy your applications quickly. Why you want Docker containers? If I want to launch my applications faster, I have to go ahead with Docker container. Now here you can able to see a container will have everything that a software needs to run. So library file, system tools, code, runtime, and we saw the hooks of OS and everything, whatever you want, it will be there in your container. What this run containers will have? Containers are mainly created from the template called images. Like how EC2 is created with the help of AMI, like a template. I told you the stamp example, right? Same thing, containers are created from the image. Image is nothing but, let us say your VLC media player you want to install. What you need to download? You want to install a VLC media player. What you will do?
EXE executables.
Exe file, correct na? That executive file, that image is there na? That VLC, that load will be the image is there na? That exe file,
Hmm.
that is called image. That is called image, that you are installing, that is you are installing. But where it will be kept? It will be kept in some places like ECR and other things. I'll tell you that. So where these container images we can take from? But containers can be run. Container is like your virtual machine only, but it's a small one. It's a small one. Like how AMI, with the help of AMI we are creating EC2, here we are creating the containers with the help of images. So for that, Docker is helping us like a platform. On top of Docker we are using the containers. Okay, let us see how it is helping. Now let us see container versus virtual machines. Okay. Now, can you just tell me some three TV channels, different TV channel names? TV channels that you watch every day.
GTV,
Star
Okay,
movie.
ZTV, Star Movies, huh? Okay,
Sun TV.
Sun TV. Okay. Now you're able to see this all these Sun TV, Star Movies, and ZTV. All these are different channels. Definitely, they need a separate system and OS. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, separate system and OS. These are all, it's a AWS global part, because on the physical server of the AWS we are hosting from their operating system. We are using it. We are all, as I already told, we are all guest operating system. Whatever we take, and what they have is a host operating system. Okay, that I already explained you. Now coming back, can we have the Star Sports here? Okay, Star Sports. Now, how
Yes.
many Star Sports channels are there? Is Hindi is there?
Yeah, Hindi, English, Tamil,
English,
Telugu,
Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, everything is there.
Kannada, everything.
Now, yes, so these channels are different. They're not telecasting the same thing at the same time. So they definitely need a separate OS. But this Star Sports, whatever they're telecasting, is it telecasting the same? Only the language is different when we have World Cup and other series and all.
Yes.
Yes. So for that, what we do, we take one OS, run all these like an application. Only thing is in the library, we have to change the transcript. Correct, na? The language transcript has to be inserted. That's it. That code if we put now, automatically if you will be able to change. Now you have this AI na, you know the technologies, right? AI technologies which is giving, I think in YouTube also it came, I think so. Whatever language you want, you can select it. Automatically it is getting converted. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now same thing only. Here we take single OS. I don't want to spend a lot of money. I take single OS, I deploy all this in my application, and I put the Docker engine to manage this. Now, Docker engine, like as I told you, a train engine, it will manage all these applications in a single OS. In a single OS. That's why we call this as Docker engine. It is carrying, it is pulling all the applications like a container. As I already told you, these are all containers. All these containers are managed in sense pulled and carried by Docker engine on a single server. So that's why this is called container versus virtual machine. Virtual machine means we need separate OS, higher configuration and everything, higher cost also. But here lower cost, but fast deployment, and we can able to get the same data. Whatever you're looking for, it can able to say and get the same output. If you know that no, my application is a simple one, then you can go for containers. No, my application will have lot of people will be coming, million of people will be coming, and there are a lot of requirements there, then you go for virtual machine. Okay.
Is it only the volume which decides to go with the VM or Docker, or anything else apart from that? Like say the your setup wise, it remains almost similar, right? Because the OS wise, in case of in case of Docker, it is only one, but in case of VM, individual for each VMs, right?
Yes, yes.
But
So it depends on, for example, same thing.
yeah, so that's the thing. Like
Yes, you are trying to
so,
say.
so if I want to convert, right, for from VM to Docker,
Mhm,
is it possible?
mhm. Yes, yes, VM to Docker is possible.
Okay.
VM to Docker is possible. First, see, same thing as I told the XP Windows XP configuration thing only. If that Docker is able to manage that, then fine. But when you pull everything and
Mm-hmm.
push everything to Docker, and the Docker is very slow or it is taking more memory, then again the cost will be
Mm-hmm.
same. Na? The cost will be same,
Mm.
and the load is like
Correct.
how we are using a, when you use laptop is different and when you use phone is different. I want to change only one word in my Excel sheet means Google sheet means I will open in my phone, that is easy. But I want
Okay.
to only create the entire sheet presentation and everything na, then I should not depend on the phone, correct na? I'll go with
Correct.
the laptop only.
So the
Same thing
selection
like
of
just now I told like the temple run thing. Mm.
right. So the selection of
Selection of
Docker
application
versus
and how many. Mm.
yeah, selection of Docker versus
Selection of
VM
Docker,
will be done by the solution
the developer,
architects, is it?
the solution architect or the developer.
Developer
Solution architect will give the suggestion. He can give the suggestion.
suggestion.
Yes, he can give the suggestion and he can give the like the cost calculation he can do and he can give it.
Mm-hmm.
But he has to identify, na, as I told you in the EC2. First, you have to identify whether which configuration you're going with, which size of EC2 instance you're going with. Because whatever problem you are not able to solve, you can solve it in EC2 itself because EC2 has 270 types. If T2 micro is not working, I can go for T2 large itself. My problem will be
Correct.
solved. Now instead of using T2 large, I go for Docker and I'm again there in the container. I launched 10 containers. Means then there is no use. Na. Again the same cost only you are managing. You are going to pay for the same cost only.
Makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes. Now let us take this Kubernetes. Next one is Kubernetes. What is this Kubernetes is? As the symbol says, what does the symbol represents? You are able to identify what is this.
Steering
You're staring off
chip.
ship. Exactly. Now, Kubernetes is the Greek word for helmsman or the captain of a ship. So, what is the job of a captain of a ship?
To
What is
take over
the
everything, control of everything, and take decisions whenever.
okay? Okay, whenever storm comes, what you will do? He is the first person who will run away. What
Safeguard
did
Just
you do?
to
everyone first with.
Okay. Safeguard everyone first. Fine. Okay. Now that is a normal captain's work. Okay. Now let us come back to this container captain. So as I already told you, this Docker is the ship. Correct now?
yes.
Docker is the ship, and here we have containers. Now let us take this. The ship is going from India to US. India to US. Now, will this ship will go from India to US directly? One shot?
No.
No,
What it will do?
it will take halt for refueling or like
Where it will take halt?
wherever port is there, like
Let us say you're going from Arabian Sea or something. Huh? Yes.
that.
In between whatever the locations are there, countries are there.
Yes.
Correct? Now, South Africa
Yes.
is there. And other locations are also there. Now, what if they go to South Africa? Is in the in between halt? What they will do? They are carrying containers. Correct? Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Now they are carrying containers. In between South Africa comes. Will South Africa will give some containers to
It may
deliver
be.
Maybe
to?
it
Huh?
may have. It may be a chance that they may give because if destination is same, they may.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
They will give na. You're buying. It's like a bus route also. Same thing wherever you go in between the stop is there. They will be having some again something to be transferred from here this location to other location. Same thing. You're from India. You're going. You might need to deliver some containers in South Africa also and take some
Yes.
containers from South Africa and
Yes.
here. Yes.
Yes.
Now this captain's job is what? He is managing the containers. He is managing the containers. Let us take this shops and all we can able to see now. Like your grocery shop itself, they will get delivered these rice bags and all those things from their original vendor. So how that tempo will come? That tempo they will keep the next person to be delivered at the last. Correct now? That bag should be kept at the last end of that van or a lorry. Correct now? Or they will keep it in the first, which has to be delivered now currently next stop which has to be delivered, that will keep it in the beginning of the lorry or the end of that lorry, end of that load actually,
Beginning.
beginning.
No. If you wanted to unload that particular product,
Ah,
right, at the
yes.
starting point, then it
Ah,
is better to keep it in the beginning so that you start delivering it, so that the
ah,
last point item you can keep it at the end.
yes, exactly. That's what I'm asking. So now who decides this? The lorry
Uh,
driver or the load man who was doing that, correct, right?
yes.
Because he know the route. Now the
Yes.
same job that here the captain of the ship, his main job is to manage these containers. That means if this containers goes down, we have a space. I have to adjust this container here. Maybe this container to this space, this container to here. Move it, adjust it, and keep it. So which one I want to deploy first, that I will keep it ready and deploy it. So this container orchestration, that means this Kubernetes service is like the captain of the ship. The main job is to manage the containers and deliver to the right place at the right time, and will make sure it is delivered on time. Okay, the same thing was this Kubernetes is going to do. This Kubernetes is not like the captain of the ship. It is, as you said, like yes, it's the steering of the ship. The Kubernetes we also called as K8s. Nothing but why we are calling this as K8s? There are 8 letters between these K and S. So we call it as K8s. Okay, there are 8 characters between this K8s. Kubernetes. Now, Kubernetes is a container management orchestration. Orchestration means what? Management. Management is nothing but orchestration. So previously it was developed by Google Lab and later it was donated to CNCF, and it is an open source. It is an open source. Open source means it is free to use, nothing have to be paid. It was written in Go language, and we also call this as K8s. We also call this as K8s. Now, same thing, what is container management tool? So container management tool is nothing but we have to manage the containers when we have multiple containers. Now, Kubernetes is one of the container orchestration tool. One more Docker also has developed one more Docker tool similar to Kubernetes, that is Docker Swarm. And previously it was Apache Mesos Marathon was a previous tool. And AWS also have a tool called ECS. AWS also have a tool called ECS, that is Elastic Container Service. Elastic Container Service, which is going to manage the containerized tools and engines. We can able to automatically deploy, scale and manage the containers mainly for your application on a group of servers. So its main job is mainly deploying, scheduling, scaling and load balancing. Load balancing means what? Balance the load. So when container is not sufficient, more number of users are accessing this application, it will keep on adding the containers, and when the less number of customers are visiting, it will remove the containers. That is called container management tool. So it will manage the containers application and available on a containerized platforms like Docker. So the applications are already deployed on Docker. Now, what is its main job? It will manage multiple containers. It is mainly used to manage multiple containers. Ensure everything is available. Just now I told you, I drawed and showed you, when one person is not there, he will shift this one here and he will shift this one here. Okay, space is there, not as the same thing. It will ensure everything is available. It will balance the workload, scale up and scale down based on the user load. As I told you, when more customers are visiting your website, let us take Amazon, it will increase the containers by itself to manage the workload. If less number of customers are coming, it will remove that containers by itself. So what are all the jobs it is doing? Mainly Kubernetes, ECS and Docker Swarm and Mesos. Everything will do the same job: deploying, scheduling, scaling, load balancing, batch execution, batch by batch execution, rollbacks. If something is not working, it will roll back and go and check again, and it will keep on monitoring also. If it will keep on monitoring also. So if any one of the containers is not sufficient or enough or unhealthy or it's not working, it will remove it by itself and it will manage for the other containers. So this is your container, that is your Kubernetes. Are you getting this? Yes.
Can
Now, as I
you explain on batch execution there?
batch execution is like this one set of batch.
Balance
We
the
can
batch.
name this. We can name this as okay. 4 containers are under one name. Tag
Okay.
one, tag two, like that. So this
Okay.
batch will not get removed.
So it will be defined. That's what
We have
where.
to define that. Yes, when we define itself, we can define that. It's up to us. Either we give a tag name or without tag name we give it. Without tag name, if we give, it will automatically go and store as one single container. If you give a tag name, like let us take, I give a tag name Murali itself. Murali is a tag name. When I attach it, when I define a container, Murali, I give a tag. Now that will become a batch.
Okay.
Yes. So Kubernetes is an open source, as I told already. This is just a definition, same thing, whatever I explained. Deploy and manage containers applications at a scale. Same toolset can be used on premises in the cloud also. It can be used in the on premises also and in the cloud also. Both we can able to use nowadays. I think you might have heard Kubernetes has become a important thing. Those who learn Kubernetes separately also they become Kubernetes development or developer. Next, complements Docker. So whatever Docker is doing, it is complementing this Docker. It can able to enable your Docker can enables you run on multiple containers on a single OS, and Kubernetes has stage multiple Docker hosts also. That means how Docker able to manage multiple containers. Now Kubernetes can able to manage multiple Docker itself, multiple Docker hosts also we can able to manage with the help of Kubernetes. So it will automatically change for containerized provisioning, networking, load distribution, and scaling as well. Container provisioning means, as I told you, it will keep on adding when it is required, or when you don't want, it will remove also. Networking, it will say make sure the network connection is there in all the containers. Load distribution, as I told you, the workload will be distributed among the containers. It will not give one full load to the one container and the remaining will be 0 0 or 20 20. It will split and give the workload. Scaling, as I told, it will keep on scaling also. We don't want to go and do anything manually. So now the same thing only Elastic Container Service, which is having in the AWS. See this Kubernetes is what I told you. It is an open source. That is, it's a third-party software which is mainly used for container orchestration. Now the same thing only ECS will do, but this is an AWS product. See, one thing you might have a confusion maybe what is DevOps and why uh, DevOps and AWS are different or something. You might have a question. Okay, so whatever you require to become a DevOps engineer, all these services are already in AWS. Okay, as AWS has 200 plus services, 200 plus services. But the thing is, why people are still go for DevOps like Kubernetes, containers, Docker, Jenkins, and other tools they are learning. Correct. Why they are learning that? Because those are all some are open source, some are open source. They don't pay much there. But here in AWS, only around 10 products, maybe you might be 10 or 20 services, may be free. Other services are costing. But costing, when you use more and more AWS, they will provide you more discount. It is like a brand and a normal uh, system. Let us say you know about assembled system, right? You know assembled systems.
Yes.
Yes, assembled systems means what? A computer you are creating or you are buying, where you buy all the parts separately. Correct, na? That is called assembled systems, where CPU you buy one brand, monitor you buy one another brand, and speaker you buy one another brand, printer you buy another brand. Like that, you have different. Computer is one only, but the components are different. That is called your DevOps, where all the tools are coming open source. Now AWS already have all these options, like your Azure's or some HP laptop, HP desktop, and all. They will have everything in HP itself, right? So that's the difference, major difference between AWS and other DevOps tools, where AWS itself providing all the services, but still some people might be wanting open source tools. They will be going for that. So coming back, ECS is again a container orchestration service. Container orchestration means what? Orchestration means management. Okay, a highly scalable and fast container management systems. It orchestrates the running of Docker containers. Whatever you see in the Kubernetes, same thing only here also will repeat. Maintains and scales a fleet of nodes. Nodes is nothing but servers. It will take the server control of it. It will take keep on loading the servers. It will keep on adding the servers as well based on the number of containers that you add. It will remove the complexity of standing up the infrastructure. You don't want to build the infrastructure, it will do by itself. And same thing, like it will manage the EC2 elastic load balancing, EC2 security groups, EBS volumes, and IAM roles. We can able to create elastic load balancer. We can able to put security groups as well, and EBS volume for the storage we can have, and you can create IAM roles, because inside AWS services you need permissions. Always I told you, whatever services you are taking in AWS, you need permission. That permission we can able to deploy from IAM roles. Now here you can able to see in ECS we have two options. In ECS we have two options, cluster options. What is in my cluster?
Group,
Group, yes, group of people or group of things. As just now I explained previously that Kubernetes is group of containers you are going to manage. Same thing ECS, we are going to manage the group of containers. We call it as clusters. Now ECS is giving two options. One is ECS cluster you run on EC2 instance. That is your normal EC2 virtual machine server you run, or you go ahead with AWS Fargate. Fargate is a serverless service. Fargate is a serverless service. Serverless means what I told you. Do you remember?
Lambda.
Yes, Lambda. What is mean by that? What is the advantage? EC2 means you are taking the server that you have to manage. You have to manage maintenance, launching, application, recording, monitoring, everything you have to do and configure it. When you take serverless like Lambda or Fargate, now here in the container service we have an option called Fargate, which easy to maintain, focus on your application because it's a serverless. Serverless means what? Everything will be managed by AWS only. You don't want to do anything. AWS only will manage. You have to focus only on your application. You have to stay on your application alone. That's what here you can able to see serverless. So yes, if yes means you have to provide more granular control. That means you are only creating the infrastructure, so you'll have more control. If you are going for ECS, then you can go for ECS where you can able to maintain focus on your application, where the remaining things will be managed by AWS. But here you have to manage in EC2, you have to manage the guest operating system, Docker engine, application, everything. Here AWS will manage the Docker engine and cluster. You just focus on your application alone. That's the advantage. Maximum we'll be using, most of them will be using Fargate only, because we don't want to take the headache of EC2. And one more advantage is EC2 we have to pay for per hour cost, and this is serverless. We are going to pay only for what we use, that too in seconds or minutes, as a Lambda function, similar to Lambda function. We are going to pay only for seconds or minutes only. Okay, I think 1 minute. Recently, I used one console login. Next one is EKS, that is your Amazon Kubernetes service. That is Amazon Elastic Kubernetes service. That means already some people may be comfortable in Kubernetes, but they will not be comfortable in AWS. So what AWS is providing, to make sure they are also coming to our platform, they have one more service called EKS. EKS is Elastic Kubernetes, which will support all the Kubernetes components. Why they want to support? Because it will support for easy migration. They've already developed some application in the Kubernetes. Now they try to move to smoother. So they have created a service called Elastic Kubernetes service. Now here you can able to see make support links and compatible with all Kubernetes communities, tools and supports and popular add-ons. Use Amazon EK. Use Amazon EKS mainly to manage clusters of EC2 compute instances. That is EC2 server. If you have launched that, you can able to use Kubernetes and run containers that are orchestrated by Kubernetes on those instances, which is already running. See, Kubernetes, somebody has already developed a project and it is already running. on the server. Now we move everything to our Amazon AWS EC2, and there we can run, and there we can able to run it. For that purpose, they have created this EKS. This is also one of these service. Next we have ECR. ECR is like nothing but the nothing but the images. Like for example, like you have a bus. I think I told you this bus depot thing. Actually, no,
No.
no. Okay, fine. So your city has bought some new bus. Let us say one route they bought some new bus. Now first, where it will go actually?
Uh, for building the body, because the bus is
No, no, no. Body and all build. Body and all
First
so
build.
station,
First
it's
day
a
it has to
ready-made bus, is it?
first station from where it has to pick up the passengers. Like it has to start from.
first station. Huh?
Yeah,
First station.
your voice is breaking.
No.
So
New, no, new bus they have bought it. Okay. First day of the bus. First it has to go where it has to go first. Bus station. No. Before that it has to go to another place. What is that?
Registration, RTO.
Hmm?
Is there any
Yes.
registration like RTO or something?
Uh-huh. Okay. RTO is also done. Let us say RTO is also done. That government has done it, but it has to go to first place.
Service station.
Where it has to go?
Bus depot.
first, yeah,
Bus depot. Yes, exactly. Bus depot. Why it has to go to bus depot?
to check whether everything is all right before it travels. Like all the things are working on
Mm-hmm.
place.
Okay, yes. One more thing is that. One more. Yes, they will check. Fine. That's
Refueling,
fine.
like yeah,
Huh?
refueling, or yeah, you mean check it will come in quickly.
The schedule.
No, check is fine. First they have to what? Huh?
Schedule. He'll get the schedule from the depot. Like what is the schedule for the
No. First they have to register the bus in the depot that he is the driver, he is the conductor, this is the route. Correct now?
Okay, yeah.
In the registration note, you can able to see when you go from the bus also. They will go to the stops and all, they'll go and put sign. Na? Same thing first they are registering. Why they want to register here first?
That it is the same person authentication, like who was assigned to go.
No,
Like
see, as you said, like that in the bus stop also, or the bus stand main bus stop, they will have a sign. But bus depot signature or bus depot registration, first time he is doing na. First time the bus newly started, so first they are going and register in the depot. Why they want to register there? It is
because
like
it is new.
mm, yes, it is new. Why? Why? It's a
It
new
is a
bus,
authorized location.
authorized location. Okay, in that area, that's the bus depot. That anything happened. First they have to contact whom? See,
Depot.
it's a new bus, correct na? If the new bus got breakdown in the middle of the road, whom they will contact first?
Depot.
Yes, right now if the depot itself don't know whether this bus has newly started, who is the driver, which route and all, how they will help?
Hmm.
Am I right? Now
Yes.
same thing, before we launch the images containers in the containers, first it has to register in the ECR. It has to register in the
Yes.
ECR.
Hmm.
Now ECR will have the copy. It's like the template, like AMI, how we have AMI in EC2. ECR is the AMI here. Now this will have the image registered here. Then it will share the copy to the containers. So multiple containers you want to share, it means first the copy should be, main copy should be in the image registry. Now the image registry will give you the full control, where it will store, manage and deploy all the container images. It will store and keep all the container images. Nothing but similar to your GitHub. Similar to your GitHub. GitHub is storing all the codes there. From the GitHub, I can able to send that code to Jenkins or Docker or AWS or anywhere I can able to share it. So same thing like GitHub, you can make note like GitHub, similar to GitHub, this ECR will store all the images and keep it. Whenever you want, it will take and give it. And ECR will support all the ECS integration also, Docker also, team collaboration with any access, or if you want to give any control access also, or any third party integrations like Kubernetes and other things, it will also help. Like just now I told Kubernetes, Jenkins, and other third party tools also it will support. Okay, that is your ECR. So ECR makes it easy for developers to store, manage, deploy, and container Docker images. Coming to the end of this section, containers can hold everything that an application needs to run, and Docker is a software platform that packages software into containers. Single applications can span multiple containers. Elastic Container Service orchestrates the running of Docker containers, and Kubernetes is an open source software mainly for container orchestration. And EKS enables you to run the Kubernetes on AWS. An Elastic Container Registry enables you to store, manage, and deploy your Docker containers. Finds only two more services are there, that is Lambda and Elastic Beanstalk. Okay, maybe we'll try to set, maybe we'll try to finish it tomorrow. Maybe then we'll, if we have time, we'll finish the other lab also. Okay, maybe if
Uh,
you are able to see this. Yes.
so Murali, so now we started on 17th September, I suppose, right?
Yes, September 17th September we started.
So, um, like, uh, we may be concluding when 24th, is it?
Now, if we want, I will be able to go somewhat slightly faster because I thought to close this today, this compute service. Next is storage service, storage database mainly. Maybe we'll be able to finish today's Monday, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday. 2 days may require for storage and this one database. Then we have only this one, 9th and 10th are just a general only. That we can finish in even 1 or 2 days only we can able to finish. But labs we can able to try it. Maybe by till this Friday we'll do it. Okay. Maybe next week we have Diwali, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Monday, Tuesday is on leave actually. You guys also Monday, Tuesday will be on leave, right? For Diwali.
Uh, we
Or
we
till
actually got
Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday you got, huh? Okay. Okay. Wednesday also means you just let me know. Maybe by yes, yeah, next
No, no,
week.
no. See, the reason why I asked is not to expedite the things, but just to be
Mhm.
uh, give that kind of a
Exact
cushion and we
timeline.
can
Yes.
understand and cleanly achieve the course. So that's why somewhere. So if at all it is like even 31st also, I don't mind. It's like
Mhm.
first of all, you should be having that vision in terms of by considering these
Mhm.
holidays and everything, and we also have to focus on the labs because so far the labs whatever you have or
Mhm.
we have done, it is
Mhm.
with the assistance from you most of the time.
Mhm. Yes.
uh, so it should be like at times we also have to have our hands dirt, right?
Yes. Yes.
Otherwise
Definitely.
otherwise we will not come to know what we have learned in this course.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. That's what.
So,
So what we do is like. So I thought you guys see the simulation lab you have done na, in the educate,
hmm,
that you
right,
can itself
to
do by following the steps there because steps they have given.
okay, okay.
Okay. So what we do, I do. Let us do one thing. Next is storage lab. Next is compute lab, and then storage lab. So
Hmm,
compute lab, let us finish this educate. Next
hmm,
storage lab, we'll do it in our personal system. Okay.
hmm.
Then you will get some idea how it works. Okay,
Yeah.
that is one server you have to launch, one storage you have to use, and labs also. I will give you the other steps, other labs with the step by step instructions. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you will close by 31st. Is that fine? We should have a smooth hands-on means. We will try by next till this 24th, right? next next
Mm.
next week Friday, we'll try to close all the theory
Next
part.
week we get only 2 days, right?
And
Effectively.
that's what I'm saying, 2 days only we'll get.
Right.
Fine, we'll finish all the theory part. I'm
Mm.
able to finish by this week, this one and this two, another 2 days we'll be able to finish the other two modules. Okay.
Mm.
What we do
Okay.
from the last week, that is 27th to 31st. Okay.
Okay.
27th to 31st we'll do some labs, one on one on lab, 5 labs we'll do. That is
Mm.
in your personal account. So you will be able to see how it works. Now see here, I'm able to showing you the my lab price and everything, right?
Yeah.
Elastic compute, load, virtual private cloud, tax, and elastic containers is what are things I have used this month. So same thing we will use in your account, so that you will get some confidence also.
Absolutely. I
And
think that is more important right now,
mm,
and which I believe others also will agree. Rupali Balakrishnan and Sheikh Mohammed also.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right. So that's more important because I
so
think, see, the completion of the course, we used to do that, but we also need to carry this knowledge, experience, the
mhm.
information which you shared for
Yes,
some time, right? Until we get
exactly,
some
exactly.
opportunities in this field. And
Yes.
also, like, if at all we wanted to do next in the solution architect or something of
Mhm.
that sort, at that time also, we should be confident enough to share our.
Understand things exactly. See, solution architect, if you want to continue, at least you should remember all these things. What we
Absolutely.
have done in the Lambda, I mean, a lot of we have done in the cloud practitioner, all those
Mm.
knowledge is required. And wherever
Yeah.
you go for the interview, also, first they will ask only cloud practitioner knowledge. Even you go
Mm.
for a solution architect interview,
Mm.
they will ask only scenario based questions. But practically, if you want to know, then you should know all these main 10 services. As I told you, like maybe I just I didn't share that things, right? I think 1 minute. Hmm. Yes. So these are the 50 services that you should know at least what is what is what.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But in that, as I told, all the companies mainly they will use only 10 services, like main services only they will use, like IAM, Glacier, I mean, sorry, S3,
Yeah. Yes.
EC2
Please.
instance, like CloudWatch, you can able to see definitely. CI/CD pipeline, you should know CI/CD pipeline, but in the portion CI/CD was not there. Maybe, but if we'll get extra time, maybe in the last week I told you, know, that last week maybe I will try to cover one day on this EC2 instance. I mean, sorry, CI/CD pipeline, so that you want to crack any interview. Nowadays, all the companies, even Python developer, Java developer, they want only CI/CD knowledge.
Yes.
Nothing they want apart from that. So those things, if you take 1 or 2 classes, you will be getting some idea. You will get opportunities also.
So
So
the
some
so the
basic
CO
10 services only they will ask to practice. Mm.
Mulita, I just wanted to know the CI/CD
Yes,
comes into DevOps, like, like CI/CD pipeline.
Yeah, it is part of DevOps. You're right.
Okay,
it is part of DevOps only. It is not part of cloud
Yeah.
practitioner. But in case you are trying to for job, you should know that. That's what I'm just saying.
got it. Got it.
Okay,
Okay.
that will do. That's what I told. Like, let us do the practical things. Then first will be through things. Then you will also be able to do it. When I get the steps, now you will also be able to do and click it. The thing is, like, the designs are getting changed often. In the they are getting upgraded. They're upgrading, keep on upgrading AWS also. The steps maybe 1 or 2 steps may be changed. They might go it in advance. That's it. They will not remove the steps, but they simplify the steps, I would say. Recently also, when I tried the other lab which I tried previously, now the modifications they have done. Let us do your labs in your personal account, then you will get confidence. Since you are doing this educate lab with the steps, you will not get that much confidence because you are following the steps na? And whatever I am saying, when you do one service, you understand and you do by yourself, you will be able to understand. It is easy only. Don't worry, you are already half done. See, when you start itself, it's half done. A good beginning is half done. The only thing is we have to try it.
Yeah, that's like half done but half baked now. That's where we are.
No
Uh,
issues. You you raise the question correctly. No issues. If your extension is no issues, means I don't have any issues. Till 31st we go ahead and
No, like we will be comfortable. I
proceed.
think again, Rupali,
Yes,
Balaji,
sir.
No, I also
said,
don't have
We
issue
don't have
if
any,
you extend.
no, we don't
yeah,
have any issue
Absolutely
at all.
no issue.
Yeah.
let's go smoother itself,
Yes, yes.
but not to be so lenient, but at a very like grasping level, right? So that
Yes.
should not create a confusion at a later stage saying that what is Kubernetes and what is Docker then. So,
Yes.
so
Yes. Yes.
that's why let's have like see even if it goes to next month also. I don't mind, but again, it is your calendar also matters, and this is anyways it's a time bound, right? So
Yes. Yes. No
So
issues. We'll
will
finish this.
we be doing the creation of VPC subnets and that also?
Yes. Yes. Definitely. That's the main thing. See,
Yeah,
mainly VPC. Oh, VPC I didn't select here. Oh, VPC is the main thing. First of all, whenever you start a cloud, you have to select VPC. First
yeah,
VPC subnets, CloudFront will see.
yeah. Then
Even
route
CloudFront,
table or like unless until we
route
create
table
that,
included.
there will be no network route tables and all that.
Route table automatically will get created.
Okay.
So, Murali, one question as such, like now we are like studying for the cloud practitioner. Then the next level is whatever it is. So the relevance of DevOps, right, in this whole say series of these courses, how much it would be, in the sense, will it be really weightage if we want to understand DevOps along with the cloud practitioner, cloud, say, a solution architect or something? Or DevOps is kind of say, independent entity which is applicable for anything and everything?
Yeah, it's
Any
good.
thoughts on that?
See, we are what DevOps is saying is to do DevOps, you need any one cloud. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in that any one cloud only AWS or Azure or GCP.
Yes.
Definitely, you should know to work with any of the DevOps tools like Jenkins, Kubernetes, or Docker, Grafana, Terraform, mainly
Terraform. Mm.
Terraform, Grafana, and Prometheus. Okay, so now again these are all keep on going. This DevOps tools. Okay, we don't mind about that. What you have to do is you have to know any one of the cloud. If you know any one of the cloud and the company that you are choosing is only working with Jenkins, then you know any one of the cloud and Jenkins is enough. Now the company is working only with Terraform. Now Terraform and any one of the cloud is enough. Now this Grafana and all just a monitoring tools. You can, if you want, you use it, or you can use, see, this Grafana tool is nothing but Cloud Watch only. Okay, what our Cloud Watch is doing, again same thing only. This other tools are doing. Now Docker will become a common thing. Docker will become a common thing. Where Docker is coming under Kubernetes also, ECS also, EKS also, whatever, wherever you go, Docker will come. Docker is a separate thing. Now Docker and Terraform is again a infrastructure service. Infrastructure service. Now the companies see this Jenkins and Kubernetes, now they have become a big giant.
Right.
Now they become a big giant, and they are giving separate certification for them itself. That means you complete certification in Kubernetes, you become a Kubernetes developer. But the basic is, before you learn Kubernetes or Jenkins, you should have completed any one cloud foundation level.
Mm-hmm.
This foundation level only what we are doing now. When your foundation is thorough, you can take anyone based on the company that you are going. You are
Mm-hmm.
going for companies, and the company is only working with Jenkins. Now you learn Jenkins, and if as you guys are experienced candidate, you have recommendations there. You check with them whether Jenkins alone I will read and learn and come. Is that fine? Then fine. Only learn Jenkins only, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. You put only effort in Jenkins, and you just crack the interview and you can go there. Or only Kubernetes. Now Kubernetes also again became a certification, a big giant now. He is going to take end-to-end operations, everything. Now, again, whatever these people are doing, the basic foundation is this cloud practitioner.
Mm-hmm.
They will not ask in-depth question here. They will ask how the architecture works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that is where we need cloud, where we need Terraform, where we need Kubernetes. In which place I'm going to use all these things. That's it. They will not ask you to deploy and show. They will not ask you to explain in depth. Nothing. They'll ask you basic questions. See example, why you want Jenkins, why you want Kubernetes. They will ask you. As just now I explained you, Kubernetes is an orchestration service. It is going to manage the containers. Jenkins again is an orchestration service, but it is going to take the full entire phase also. Deployment phase it is going to take. So one by one only we have to go. So as I told you, like it's like 40% you learned. Let us take in the DevOps. Let us take once you finish this one, 40% you learned. Now 60% you decide which 60% I want to learn. Whether I go for Terraform, whether I go for Kubernetes or Jenkins, or I will take this alone. This also I know 20%. This also I know 20%. This also I know 20%. Now my knowledge I have based on the company, they will ask you to study more 50% on Kubernetes. Na? At that time you go and put effort. Now you put effort without knowing what you're doing, that is going to be wasted. Because you study for Kubernetes and you go for the interview, they'll ask full and full questions from Jenkins. What you will do?
Right.
Correct. Now, first you select the company. When you apply for the job itself, you will come to know. This guy will ask only about Kubernetes. They will mention in the JD itself clearly. We want someone who knows hands-on experience in Kubernetes or Jenkins. If they mention or Jenkins, then no issues. Any one is enough. Or they will say Kubernetes. Generally, they mention we want have knowledge about Kubernetes, Jenkins, Docker. They might have mentioned only they mention about knowledge of. Knowledge of means then no issues. You don't want to worry. You know already basics of these things means it's fine. That is enough. So the thing is,
So,
whatever. Yeah.
do we need a coding experience to understand or to be to learn DevOps?
No. As usual nowadays, nobody is coding exactly. Everybody are copying and pasting. Correct. No?
That is different. No, but
We should know where
just
to
in
copy,
case if
where to
it's
paste.
somewhere in the process of overall, right? Because I think, as you
Uh,
rightly said, because we also see like people are using GitHub Copilot and copying pasting at the
Chat
uh,
GPT doing 90% of the job. These people are just copy pasting. Correct. Na?
right, right.
So same thing only we are also going to do. Only thing is we have to know where to paste. That's it.
That is
That
that
will
is important. That is
that
where.
will write and keep it. See, one time only, na, their
Hmm.
freshers are running. They have to be very serious, but we have to be very very serious. to hold our position. So we should write
Right.
and keep it where we have to paste. That's it. That first time, one or two times, one time only. Everything is like one time. Everything is a practice. First time we don't know where to click and all those things. Second time it's again you will do it one more time again. It will work. Now same thing you guys have done the education lab, right? Since
Mm.
I guided you, I am damn sure that you will not remember anything. Correct, na?
Absolutely. That's where
Now,
we have to be honest. I think there is nothing to hide
yes,
in that.
yes, nothing.
So
When someone says na, we'll not remember anything. Is we
yeah,
have to do by ourselves, then we'll remember everything.
correct, correct.
So we'll
Absolutely.
do like that. And once I finish the lab, again you just delete everything and start from again one more time. See, when you do first time itself, you do 2 or 3 times, then you will not forget.
Mm.
Like how we are not forgetting our Janagana till we are
Mm.
able to remember, it's just by practice. So same thing
Yeah.
that's always used to say, like coding is a practice, coding is a practice. Same thing, it's not coding now. Now our job is it's just moving, dragging and dropping or clicking the buttons correctly. That's it. First time you will not remember, second time you will remember at least 50%, 80%. Third time you will remember 100%. That is damn sure. As experienced candidates or freshers both, third time everyone will do it properly. But the thing is, when you have time itself, you do and close it. Otherwise, you'll keep on piling up this lab, that lab, that lab, this lab. Then it'll give fear only.
Yeah, it is more fear, but because I think I have to be honest, when we started the first class, right,
Yes.
I was really skeptical whether I'll be able to grasp the things what you are trying to tell. Maybe like,
Mhm.
fortunately, you have explained the things in a layman way, right, as wherein anybody can understand. And I think even though we are coming from a different background, like at least from my side, I also have to understand from Sheikh because he is also a going guy, right? So how
Yes,
he
yes.
understood, right? So because at our level, definitely the experience what we are currently in or what we have already earned in this industry, somewhere we will be able to understand. But I think it has helped us, helped at least for me. I'm sure like for Rupali and Balakrishnan also would have been the same, wherein uh, we were able to understand the things very smoothly without breaking our head and saying that okay, what is actually happening here. So that's my view. I may
Yeah.
be wrong also, or I may be right also. Like I would like others to explain if they have any other thoughts.
Yeah, even me too. Like whatever we are doing here, many of the things I am doing, like knowing in organization also. So it is giving good understanding.
Same goes to me also.
Yes. Yeah, thanks, thanks. Because see, I have taken multiple batches to the students also. I mentioned the same thing. See, if you are able to clear the exam or any interview without go throughing, just remembering the examples which I gave, you will definitely able to clear it. That's what I've done, and I've done that also. And students have gave the same feedback. I didn't learn to go through the test, sir, for that, but I just remember the things that you said as an examples. With that, I have just cleared the interviews and the tests also. So that is what, no, that's what the communication is all about, right? If you are not able to
Yes.
explain the concept in a simple way, uh, then that means you didn't understand the concept well. So that's
Yeah.
what the meaning is. Fine, fine, no issues. Don't worry. We'll be able to overcome this one. We'll do the labs in the practical in your account itself, but simultaneously, you guys also do or make a note. See, first of all, notes. I think you're not making notes. That's the drawback I feel, because I always used to write, have time. Since our program is only 1 hour, I'm not able to push you for writing because we have to complete the portion also. If I give time for writing and all, then it will take more time. That's why. But it's
No, I think
always
at least for me,
necessary. We have
next
to.
topic is at least for me, next topic is I
Mhm.
have to go to the first chapter, and from there I have to come down at the earliest, at least before we start the next week sessions. Right, I wanted to make
Yeah.
sure some sort of a rehearsal I
Mhm.
do and understand the various topics because it's like bundle of topics we have covered, and
Mhm.
it's like on a day-to-day basis, right? Because we are
Yes.
sitting in this class at the evening, and next day
Mhm.
morning we have to go to office, and 100 things will be falling there, and again next day again we have to come to this class, right? So it's like something we
Mm.
can able to keep it in our mind. Most of the things would have already gone outside of our mind. So
Yes,
now it's
yes.
like high time that is for me to practice and go back and learn things one more time.
Yes, sir. So what you can do now, you have this educate lab. Na? I showed you guys the simple simulation instructions is there. Na? Those are the steps. Those steps you don't want to try it in your educate lab. You go and try it in your personal account. But I think some
Hmm.
steps might be skipped because they have already done everything ready made. So you might stuck there. We'll do
Hmm.
all the main labs, that is EC2, storage, VPC, and all those things. Main labs, IAM, all those main labs, we'll do it in our account itself. Then you will get confidence. Then the other things are same only. Maximum you will go first with the VPC configuration, then EC2 launching, then for S3 bucket. Then maybe you'll go for load balancing and CloudFront. That's it. After that and all, it's a very rare concepts only. They'll not. It will not much involved. Okay. Don't worry. We'll be doing it. Okay. I thought to close all this theory part and then we'll come for practical, because without knowing what is what I will do, but you guys also should know what I have taught you. So when I
Correct.
take this class, I will resemble this. Okay. On the day I told you, right, like this I told you. Now that is what I'm doing now. That I have to say, right. For that I want to complete these theory things. Okay, so we'll try completing two more. Tomorrow only two topics are there. Two topics we'll finish it, and we'll try to do that one more lab. Within half an hour we can be able to do that. Easy to launching lab.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay,
Thank you,
guys. Yeah.
buddy.
See you. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
all.
you. Yes. Thank you all.